Hey, you're hanging out in the Link Up Lounge. I'm Tiffany Mason.
And I'm Donna Ruppel. Around here, we believe success isn't just about what you know, it's about who you link up with. This is your lounge for turning one link into endless opportunities.
Donna, it blows my mind that the two of us have over 30 years of combined networking experience.
I know! We've built businesses, expanded networks, and created unstoppable momentum, all through the power of strategic connections.
AKA networking. And now we're here to guide you to do the same, starting today.
So let's dive in, connect, and start making moves you didn't even know were possible.
Welcome back to the Link Up Lounge. I'm Tiffany Mason with Virtually You, the boutique podcast management agency, and I'm here with my co-host, Donna Ruppel, your Nocatee real estate expert.
This is your lounge for turning one link into endless opportunities. And today, we're talking about one of the most powerful ways you can grow your business: referrals. Here's the thing. You don't have to constantly ask for them. You can actually create systems that make it easy for people to refer you naturally. The best referrals often happen when you're not in the room. Someone brings up your name because they know exactly who you help and how you help them. And when you've made it easy to share your information, they don't hesitate. We've talked about this before.
Yeah, and that is the beauty of this strategy. When you set up simple tools and clear messaging, your network can do the marketing for you without it feeling forced.
Yeah, so today we are breaking down how to get referrals without asking and how to set things up so people want to promote you.
Okay, so let's start with step one. Step one is clarity. You guys, we've said it once, we've said it twice. We're going to continue to say it. You need to have a clear message. If people do not know what you do, they cannot talk about you. In this instance, we want people talking about us. You need a simple way to explain your work that is easy for people to repeat. Something like, I help, and then whatever those people are with, and then whatever the specific problem is. So we're going to keep saying it. Make sure people know what you do. Remember the power statement that we've given you guys the worksheet for. It is so important in this very first step. When you've used your power statement 1,000,000 times, you are familiar with it. And then depending on the conversation that you're in, you can lengthen that and you can use the full version. You can shorten it and dumb it down if you need to. But that way you have a little bit of variety, but still comfort in speaking and clarifying what you do.
Yes, exactly. When your message is clear and repeatable, your network can share it word for word. Think of it as giving people the script to talk about you without them even really realizing it. Exactly like your tagline, Tiffany. Like when you say, "Your mic, my magic," it's super easy to remember and a great description of what you do as well. I mean, there's a number of people in our networking group that I can recall because of two reasons. Number one, I see and hear it often. Like I see them weekly, so I hear the same thing over and over and over, which is the value of having a weekly networking group. But
Yes.
number two, what they're saying is memorable. So it's a tagline or it's a very short power statement, something that is memorable.
Well, and I love yours so much. I thought it was funny that at the Bond and Beyond event, I went to go introduce you and I could not remember Berkshire Hathaway, but I knew that it was unlocking dreams one key at a time. And so I was like, oh gosh, I had a total brain fart. And so I was like, I know your tagline.
I know,
But
that
it
was
is
funny.
true. Those taglines help us to remember, what people do. And I think that you're right. It's repeated that we're there every week, and it's a cue to what that person actually does. So step two we're going to dive into is give people the tools to share you. So that could be a digital card, a simple link tree, a boards app with your information on it, or even a one-page PDF to send after a meeting. Personally, I like the digital business card. People scan it, and then what ends up happening is I get an email. And so I'm in the midst of the networking event. I'm meeting people, and I'm like, okay, scan this, scan this. I love that it pops me right into their phone, like, sucker. But also, most important, I like that I get an email and it says you connected with, and it gives me the different people. And then I can go in there right away and shoot them an email that says like, hey, so good to connect with you. It's one thing to be in their phone. It's one thing to be on their social media, but it's great to be in their email. So that's why I personally really love it. And then I also love when I connect with someone and they say, let me follow you on social media. That's giving me a heads up that that's their primary way that they like to keep in touch with or keep tabs on people that they've connected with. But also, their content will continue to pop up on my Facebook or my Instagram, and I get to see what they're doing. And so it helps me keep tabs on them. So, make it easy, have the tools available at your fingertip for people to be able to share your information.
Yes, it makes it effortless. If someone
Uh-huh.
asks, do you know a good real estate agent or do you know someone who does podcast management? Your contact should have a link or resource they can forward in seconds. This is where
Uh-huh.
digital business cards have really become popular because they're easy to share and anyone can pass it on. So I have one provided by my company, but it doesn't do all these amazing things that you just said yours does. So, what brand is your digital business card that links you with their pertinent contact information and make it so easy to follow up?
I use Hi Hello. And then I know
Ah,
there's
okay.
another one that's very similar to it, and it is called
Blink.
that's what I was gonna say. Okay. And it is called Blink, and I believe the K sound is actually a Q, so BLINQ. And I know people really are a fan of both of those.
Yeah, my husband uses Blink, but I have one provided by my company, but it doesn't do those cool things that yours does. So,
Yeah. And
that's
mine's
awesome.
free. So if you need a digital business card, I know that Hi Hello is free. And then I'm sure Blink has a free option, or there's probably a small nominal fee to
Yeah,
be
I think it's
using that.
very inexpensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other thing that is an effortless way for people to share your information that some of the people in our networking group use is one of those images on social media, like an Instagram slide that they have their information, their picture, their phone number, all their important details, and that's something that's easy to share as well. When somebody does like an Instagram image that has all their information. So it's easier to like connect with them. But B, you see exactly what they do and their branding and their contact information all in one easy shareable thing.
Yes. Okay. Well, that is a great idea. And I think maybe even take that a step further. If it's somebody that you know that you're going to be referring often, maybe put those in like a folder in your phone in your photos so you can quick access them. I know we're talking about making or having it quickly accessible, but that would be a way for you to take it one step further. Okay, step 3, share your wins, stories, and client results. So you may remember a previous episode where we kind of talked about sharing wins, stories, and client results as a way to talk about your business without talking about your business, right? And so when people see your impact, they naturally think, who else needs you? So storytelling makes it easy for them to connect the dots and say, I should introduce you to blah, blah, blah. People get excited for you. That way, you'll be sure to come up in conversations that apply to those wins or those client results. Nothing is more exciting than being like, oh, you're trying to do this. You're like, I know a friend. Look at this. Look what she did. It's amazing. It's like all the people that I tell about their podcasts. It's a way to talk about your business without talking about your business. And then you can repurpose your content. So it's like when people have a podcast, you can talk about the episode, you can talk about the topic of your episode, but you're still talking about your business without talking about your business. You know what I'm saying? Kind of a little wink, wink, sleight of hand.
And the more visible those wins are, the more top of mind you become. So, kind of like
Yeah.
when you were saying following people on social media because you can kind of see what they're up to. But also, I
Yeah.
like following new connections on social media because they remind me when they pop up on my feed, it reminds me, oh, I want to follow up with them. Or, oh, yeah, that's right. I met that person and that's what they do. Or, they just stay more top of mind. And so the same kind of thing when you're sharing those wins, you're remaining top of mind for people. And so you don't have to ask for referrals because your results are inspiring them.
Yeah. You want to stay top of mind. And when we're seeing things come up about the people we've connected with, we're like, okay, that's what they're doing. Right. And keeping us in the loop. And I didn't realize that I've been doing that. So it was kind of a testament to that strategy or that theory or whatever that yesterday somebody was looking for a podcast manager. And a couple of people who the first referrals came from a couple of people who follow me, were friends, they like my stuff. I didn't realize that they had been paying attention to the fact that like I'm a podcast manager. And they referred me. And I was like, Wait, that is the coolest thing. So they, you just never know who is actually watching you. And it was really cool to see them come up and like, they didn't just say Tiffany Mason. They were like, "Oh, this girl knows everything about podcasting. This girl's the boss." Like they kept referring me in like the funnest ways and I was so flattered, but also shocked. And I don't know, like I guess my social media hard work is paying off. And so it was easy for them to refer me just based off of the simple things that I've been doing.
Right. There's nothing more rewarding than when you get those wins on social media because I feel like, we're dredging away, posting things, trying to do all the
Mhm.
right things, trying to hack the algorithm, trying to have engaging posts, and ultimately it's like waiting for that one win, and by the time it popped up on my feed, you already had a whole bunch of other people that referred you. And of course, I just had to chime in. But one thing that I noticed was that post had over 1,100 views. So think of how
Yeah.
many people saw your name being echoed multiple times. I mean, it was, as far as I saw, it was the only name, but there was like a lot of comments
Yeah.
about it.
Okay.
Advertising like that, you can't pay for. I mean, that was phenomenal.
Right, I agree with that. So, something interesting that I'm pretty sure from that post because it was in the same time frame. I got a text from somebody and she said, "Hey, this guy is looking for a podcast manager. He uses somebody else right now, but he really wants to use somebody local." And I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh my gosh, not only was it this Facebook exposure and, all these people talking about me, but also one of my friends reached out to me and was like, "Hey, that's right." It must have sparked her memory like, "Oh yeah, that's what Tiffany
Yeah.
does." And it was such a great referral, but I think one of the things that I learned from you, Donna, or that I've been mirroring because of something that you did was saying thank you for the shout outs. I think that that
Yeah.
is so classy. When I saw you do that on a couple of them, I was like, man, okay, Donna's got it. Like, that was classy to be like, thanks for the shout out.
Well, thank you for that compliment, but I will say there is a strategy behind me doing that too. And the
Okay.
strategy is that number one, it bumps that post back up
Uh
the
huh.
feed. Number two, it adds a quote unquote comment for the algorithm. So it gets more views. It starts pushing it out to more people. So if you have
Yes.
a few people that have put your name down and you go through and you say thank you for the shout out, not only do they get the thank you, which I do think is important, but the
Yes.
strategy of
Yes.
it too is the social media bump that it creates. And it starts showing that post because Facebook, whatever, thinks that it's a popular post and it's creating conversation. And so then it starts pushing it to more people, But yeah, I noticed that 1,100 views on that post about you yesterday. And I was like, holy moly. And then I looked at the group she posted it in, and it was the local ladies of, whatever group. And so it was a local group with 1,100
Yeah.
views on that post. I mean,
Yeah.
that is like seriously mind-blowing advertising. So I'm really excited that you got, results from that because that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it all goes back to the power of networking. I mean, we're constantly, doing our social media. We're constantly networking with people. We're constantly trying to put our message out there. And it just goes to show like all that work does pay off. You get to see it in little spurts and then you got to hold on to those successes, right? Like
Right?
just cherish those successes and hang on tight till the next one happens because sometimes they're few and far apart, but just keep going.
Right?
Consistency
Right?
is the name of the game and consistency adds up to really big results.
Yes, it's the power of being visible. I mean,
Mhm.
it's the power of being visible, sharing gratitude, making it easy for others to talk about you, share you, and amplify your message. I mean, that's really what, networking and marketing is all about. That's how you can
Mhm.
grow your business.
Mhm. Yep.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, I think as we wrap this up, let's talk about a few examples that are really important to help your business be visible and easy to
Mhm.
share. So, number one, have a logo. Whether you're, at home baking sourdough bread or whatever you're doing, have a logo because that's how people recognize your business. They look for a
Mhm.
logo. So
Mhm.
you want to have a logo. I know that sounds like so simple, but there's so many small businesses that pop up and they just start talking about their business, but there's no logo yet.
Well, and I also think like a little bit of branding. I always think when I'm putting together something, I'm like, if this popped up on my feed, would I go, "Oh, this is a virtual you post?" right?
Right.
Like when you're using
Yes.
the same colors and the same fonts and all the things, right? You're like, oh, this is a virtual you post. Like I
Yes.
want people to have no doubt. Is this from another company? No, this is Tiffany made that. Tiffany
Yeah.
is posting that. Yeah.
That's a reason that Canva has a whole logo brand package button on their
Mm-hmm.
site
Mm-hmm.
so that you
And
can
use it,
quickly
people.
access it. Yeah, I do all the time. You can quickly access your brand colors, your fonts, all the things. So, put your logo in there, your brand colors, and it makes it easy to just
And
crank
then
out.
when you get ready to hire somebody to help you, it's all already there for them. You don't
Yeah.
have to explain anything to them. They just jump in as your team member on Canva and away they go.
Yeah, I remember we were doing something recently and somebody asked me, "Do you have a brand kit?" And I believe it was for Bond and Beyond. And I was like, we do. And I just like sent it right away. So the brand kit being your logo and your colors and your fonts, and that's it. I mean, just it doesn't have to take a lot and it certainly doesn't have to cost you any money. It just takes a little
Consistency
bit of
in your
time.
look and
Yep.
consistency in your message.
Yes. So have a tagline. That brings me to my second example. Have a tagline because taglines make it easier to remember. Tiffany's tagline is so memorable to me. You're Mike, my magic. I get it. And so to me, it's like have a tagline because then when I meet somebody and I'm like, oh, you need help with a podcast, I have the perfect person.
Yeah.
She totally does magic with whatever you record. That's kind of
Yeah.
what it clicks in my mind as. So having a tagline, even, if you think it's cheesy or whatever, like it's not, it's memorable. So have a tagline.
Mhm. Mhm.
And then number 3 is to have some sort of way to share your business easily when you're out in public and not have it always rely on having a physical business card. Because let's be real, it's 2025. You're not always going to have a physical business card and people
And
aren't
sometimes you
always
run
going to
out.
have one. Yeah, well, for sure. And so having a digital business card in whatever way, there's so many ways now,
Yeah, oh yeah.
with all the things. So
Yeah.
have something like that. There's free ways, there's ways you can pay. You don't have to be tech savvy to make it happen, but have a digital business card. And then number 4 is to have something that you can give your biggest fans, your customers, your networking group that is easy to share. So like those Instagram images that you can ask them to just save in their phone. And when a opportunity comes along where they can share your information, whether it's on a Facebook post or an Instagram or, face to face, they can grab that photo out of their phone and just share it with the person. And, that's just a simple slide that has your face, your business name, logo, contact information, so that somebody knows what you do and what you look like. Okay, and the last thing that I would say is to have some sort of freebie that you can offer, like a free guide or a free checklist, because when you share that with people, then that is also something they can go, oh my gosh, I got this really awesome free content. You might find this interesting, or you might want to grab this, or, it's easy to share free resources. And we've talked about that in another episode, why to create a freebie and how to create a freebie. So you can check that out in a previous episode. But that's also another great way that people can share you.
Donna, those are all really good suggestions. I wonder,
Yes.
do we have a freebie about those things?
Well, yes, we do, because I just said them so fast. You're probably like, ah. So, yes, in the show notes and on our website, we do have a freebie, which is the 5 ways that it makes it easy to refer me.
Woohoo! So here's your reminder. You don't have to be pushy to get referrals. You just need to be clear, consistent, and easy to share.
And when you make it simple for people to talk about you, they will, because most people love recommending somebody they trust.
So true. All right, Donna, time to flip the switch to networking mode on. This week, create one simple resource that makes it easy for others to share you. It could be a digital card, Canva one-pager, that digital image for people to share easily on social media or through their phones, or a freebie that makes you easy to share. Networking mode on.
If this episode got you thinking differently about referrals, hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. And if you know someone who is amazing at what they do but struggles to get referrals, send this their way. Let's help them make it easy for others to promote their brilliance. Let's keep building those powerful links together. You've been hanging out in the Link Up Lounge, your lounge for turning one link into endless opportunities.
Now it's your turn. Go make a powerful link today.
Networking mode on.